Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call to order the monthly meeting of the Houston County Board of Education for March the 12th, 2019. I would ask that we would all turn our phones off so that it will not interrupt our meeting. We will have a moment of silence. Then we will have the national anthem sang by our all-state chorus. Will be led by, directed by Mrs. Dumas. We will now have a moment of silence, and then, and then we will ask two students from Pearl students to come forward and lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance after the national anthem. A moment of silence, please. Thank you. Please stand. To see so many students and faculty members here. That's because we're celebrating your accomplishments, and we thank you for that. At this time, we're going to ask our visitors to stand and introduce the ones they brought with them, teachers and students. So we're going to ask Pearl Stevens Elementary Principal, Ms. Gloria Smith, if you would stand, please.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much, Mr. Wilson and board members. We enjoyed you all last night, and thank you for that opportunity to host the board meeting. I bring with me three superstars from Pearl Stevens. Ms. Gresham, can you please stand? Ms. Gresham is our 2018 Teacher of the Year. Very instrumental at Pearl Stevens. She helps us with the implementation of the PBIS program at our school. She facilitates the meetings and is always resourceful with trying to research strategies, behavior strategies that we can use in our classroom. She's also a sponsor for our Dancing Pearls, and they are very active in our community. Several opportunities within our community, and she helps us to lead that. She's also a sponsor of the Drummer Club, and if you all don't have anything to do at 6 p.m. tonight, we will be putting on the production of Annie, so they have been working really hard with that. She's also a teacher leader. She's helping us with the TLC process at Pearl Stevens. She leads her teachers through this process, and research-based strategies is definitely one of her issues. She wants to make sure that she's doing the right thing for students at all times. We also have Ms. LeBron. I think if you have been at Pearl Stevens, stand up, Olivia. If you've been at Pearl Stevens, you know Olivia. Olivia is very outgoing, very energetic, participates in everything that we have. She's in the gifted program there. She also is a member of the Voices of Pearl. She participated in the statewide honors course in Athens this year. She also participated on Saturday in the honors course. She is on honor roll, honorable mention. She's in the gifted program, as I said earlier. She also has an opportunity to participate in our Spanish club there at the school, and she will challenge any one of their Spanish skills, speaking skills. She's a beginning Spanish speaker, and she does an awesome job. She's always reminding me, Dr. Scott, that she's teaching you some Spanish. She'll talk to you some Spanish. She was second place in our 2018 talent show. She received second place there. She also placed third place in our school-wide spelling bee. Thank you so much. We also have Mr. Michael Everett here. He's a fifth grade student as well. He's just a good role model. This is his first year as an ambassador at our school, but he has great leadership qualities. He was nominated by his teacher for his leadership qualities. This year, he's just been on the ball, on the go. He has participated in the leadership retreat. He has participated in our awards program, our food can drive. He's a greeter because we have things at our Pearl Stevens. He also was participated in the Carnation Flower fundraiser. He's also responsible. Anytime that they have a meeting, the ambassadors, he's always responsible, and he wears his outfit to let everyone know that he's a pride ambassador at Pearl Stevens. He works well with others. He's a role model. He's a member of the Knowledge Club. And his off time, he plays rec ball, all-star travel football, and he enjoys playing basketball, reading books, and doing extra work that is assigned by his family. So thank you again.
Thank you. From Mossy Creek Middle Principal Dr. Andy Gentry, if you will stand and introduce your guests.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. I appreciate you having us here today. And board members, thank you so much for all that you do. I see that you got plenty of gifts today, but thank you so much for all the things you do for our community, our school community. Thank you that when you make decisions, you put students first. And that goes a long ways for us, so thank you. Today, I brought a couple of people with me today. So this is Andrew Dunford. So I'm going to let Andrew stand and squat a little bit so he doesn't make me look short. Andrew is a gifted student for us, academically, athletically. Andrew does a great job for us at Mossy Creek. He is a quarterback on the football team. He played on the soccer team, offense, defense, and goalie when the game is on the line. He also is our center in basketball, but he can go coast to coast when he needs to in basketball. He's also a phenomenal baseball player. He also goes every morning or 2 days a week to HOCO, start working out with those coaches over there, and sorry for all of y'all, he is going to HOCO next year. But he does a great job. He is also gifted academically. He's never made anything lower than an A at Mossy Creek, does a great job. He works really hard in the classroom. He's a great leader for us at Mossy Creek. But I think the thing that really impressed me about Andrew is he's a quiet leader. He lets his actions speak louder than his words, and he's very humble about what's going on in his life. He doesn't boast about his athletic ability, his academic ability. He just does what he's supposed to do every single day, and that's why I brought him today and introduce him to you today. So please help me welcome Andrew Dunford. And I also have a teacher with me. This is Miss Lindsay Gentry. Miss Gentry is a 7th grade gifted teacher at Mossy Creek. She started in our county 7 years ago. She actually was hired by Miss Sean Carpenter at Purdue Elementary. And then I stole her away from Miss Carpenter. She's been at Mossy Creek for 5 years. She started out as a regular ed teacher with a co-lab, working with some special education students. Did a great job with that. This past year, I asked her to move into gifted, and so she agreed to get her gifted certification and move to teaching a gifted class. She's also a team leader, so she's in charge of 4 members on a team and keeps them straight, helps facilitate the PLC process for them. She's also on our leadership team and does a great job of being able to speak up at meetings and help guide our school in the right direction. The thing that most impresses me about Ms. Gentry, though, is she loves kids. It doesn't matter what kind of kid it is. She builds relationships with kids. She goes above and beyond. She's also very involved in our school. She coaches. She's an 8th grade basketball coach, won the county championship last year, did a great job again this year. She sponsors FCA. She sponsors 4-H. So any place she can get involved to be with kids, she does that. And because of all that, she was our Teacher of the Year 2018. So y'all help me welcome Miss Lindsay Gentry.
Today I'm going to recognize an outstanding student that we have at Mossy Creek, and that's James McNeil. I've had the privilege of teaching him for the last 2 years. I taught him in 6th grade, and then I moved up with him in the 7th grade. I'm not so sure he was happy about that, but I chose to bring James today because he embodies what it means to be Gator good at our school. He represents this by being a really hard worker. He's engaged in all of his classes. He's respectful to teachers, students, and staff. And he can light up the room with his enthusiasm and his big personality, if you know him. When I'm preparing my lessons, I always think of what James might ask, because I know before I even get started good, he's going to burst out saying, "Hey, Miss Gentry, I got a question." His extracurricular activities are just as impressive as his drive in the classroom. He's involved with his youth group at Southside, and he's on the Houston County Sharks handball team. He rocks the percussion in our school band, and is a member of FFA, where he's on the livestock judging team, and he shows cows. At the state show this year in February, he was reserve champion 7th grade showman, where he showed against almost 50 other kids from the state of Georgia, and he got 2nd place, so that's an awesome achievement. His passion, his work ethic, and his ability to overcome is a huge factor in what drives me to be the best teacher and coach that I can be for our students at Mossy Creek. So help me welcome James McNeil.
Next, we have from MacArthur Elementary, our principal, Ms. Marie Harrell. If you'll introduce your guest, please.
I will. Thank you. Thank you for having us today. First, I'm going to introduce to you our Teacher of the Year, Ms. Erin Bramley. Erin currently teaches 3rd grade. She's taught pre-K. She's taught 1st grade. This is her 8th year teaching in Houston County, and we are lucky to have her at the castle with us. She has taught the special ed host. She's been a special ed host teacher. And what makes me so proud about Ms. Bramley is that no matter what kind of student walks through her door, she's going to do her very best to make sure she takes care of their needs and move them to the next level. I think she taught James but I'm just real proud of her. She also sponsors our Kindness Club. She's working with students to try to teach them skills about being kind and being kind to each other and taking care of each other. So that's something new for us this year. She's also led our faculty in many professional learning opportunities where she's taught us different things. She teaches teachers technology. Her passion is instructional technology, so she always shares that love with all of the staff members. She is finishing up her dissertation, so she will soon become Dr. Bramley, all while being the mother of 3 small children. So this is Ms. Bramley. What I always love about this day is I always tell my 5th grade teachers to send me 2 of our in-school news with students do the newscast, and so she's a member of that. Her dad is retired military, so thank you for your service, Dad. She's a member of St. Patrick's Church. She's been at Mount Arthur since pre-K, so she's been there for a long time. She does her teacher said that she's very self-motivated. She does her best in all subjects. She makes straight A's. She's very kind, caring, and helpful to all the people that she comes in contact with. And her teacher said that she was very honored to recommend her to come to the meeting today. And that's the end. Brayden Johnson. Brayden's dad also is retired military, 25 years of service. Thank you for your service, Mr. Johnson. His teacher said that he's a gentle giant, but his leadership style is like none other. He's a very sweet young man. He's very passionate about his learning. He always wants to do his best on everything. He's currently mentoring 2 kindergarten students twice a week with their reading. Wow. And I think that's very impressive for him. Yes. This time to go work with 2 younger students and help them be better readers. He's a member of our hip hop night, which is our dance team, and he loves to show off all his dance moves. He is a member of the Word in Season Church. He loves to play basketball and soccer. He's the youngest of 3 children, and he's been at Mount Arthur since kindergarten. And his dad also is a personal chef. He'll come to your house and cook. So just welcome Brayden Johnson.
Next, we have from Houston County Crossroads Center, Principal Dr. Ronnie Walker. If you will introduce your guest, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. Wilson and Dr. Scott and all the board members. Thank you for inviting Crossroads. First, we have John Cover. He's a 6th grader from Warner Robinson Middle School. John somehow convinced his teachers to vote for him for Student of the Month for February. He got all 6 teachers. I asked the teachers, what's so special about John? He said, he's respectful, and I saw that come down. Miss Jackson, our Teacher of the Year, he opened the door for her. She said, my husband hadn't done that in years. John, he's very energetic. He's a good student. He's one of our PBIS student leaders, and John Cover, Warner Robinson Middle School. Next, we have Travion Respers, Northside High School. He's a 10th grader. The teachers voted for him. Most of them voted for Travion. He says he's a good student, a good role model. He's respectful, and he does what they asked him to do the first time, and that was important. Travion Respers, Northside High School. And now, our Teacher of the Year, Ms. Jackson, Shamika Jackson. Shamika is one of my old students at Northside High School, 1999, until our age. About 20 years ago, she was a math teacher. She was a student. I was a math teacher and coach. She also is a math teacher at Northside. She's the Teacher of the Year. 2 years ago, all her students, all her geometry students passed the EOC. I thought that was outstanding. She also helps with hospital homebound. She does tutoring, leadership team. She does it all. Ms. Shamika Jackson, Teacher of the Year.
As I said earlier, when you saw it firsthand, great quality students and performers and teachers, and you saw it very earlier when you were singing the national anthem. All state chorus. Our schools are well known for the quality of fine art programs. The Georgia Music Educators Association recently selected 56 of our students for all-state chorus. Selection for all-state is the highest honor a chorus student may achieve. Teachers, please come forward with your students as I call your school's name. And after you have gotten up here, I'll introduce your students to us, would you please. From Bonnie Middle, chorus teacher is Julie McCoy.
Good afternoon. We have several people from Bonner Middle School that make all-state chorus, and we're so proud of them. Some of them, I'm excited is that some of them are 7th graders, 4 of 7. So we're going to be able to keep them one more year before we send them off to high school. So very excited. If I become a Grace Pham. Miss Audrey Tice. Crystal Whitley. Kaname Bryant. Spencer Johnson. Anna Brooke Kiesler. Caroline Maxwell. We'd also like to introduce or to invite you to our production of Beauty and the Beast Jr. this weekend. Now you see that we have Codsworth, Mrs. Potts, the baker, Gaston, Belle, another Mrs. Potts, and Lumiere. Put their certificate.
All right, thank you. Congratulations.
Next, we have Fayetteville Middle School chorus teacher, Ms. Juliet Brown.
Good afternoon. I just want to introduce to you our wonderful chorus students from Fayetteville Mill that went to All-State this year. Here I have Nathan Ong, Jonah Davis, who also went to All-State chorus last year, 7th grader Rian Trovinger, 7th grader Brett Williams down here, and Kayla West, and Stephanie Choi, who also went to All-State chorus last year and also went to All-State band this year. And unfortunately, we have 2 students who could not be with us today, but I do want to say their names out loud. Trinity Win Liu is an 8th grader, and Paige Petrie. Is an 8th grader and could not be with us today either. So we're very proud of these students at Fayetteville Mill. Thank you for representing us so well. Mr. Noah Myers, Sierra Swart, Catherine Whittington, and Alex Williams.
Northside High School, course director, Mr. George Carter.
So like every year I come and there's something with my name, either I'm a miss or so this year it's spelled wrong. It's 1 T and 2 S's. But we'll get to this. I'm J.O. Carter. I'm the core director, super proud core director at Northside High School. And I'm introducing to you the students who made All-State Chorus for this year. We have Brandon Clark, Mr. Savion Gates, who made All-State Chorus 5 years, and Jeannie Harris.
From Perry Middle School, course director, Mr. Aaron Young.
Good afternoon. Well, first off, I would like to thank the board because I'm one of the new programs back here in Houston County.
Yeah.
And this year, I was fortunate enough to have a wonderful student represent us at All-State Chorus. First, before I go into her name, coming into Perry Middle School this year, I didn't know what to expect. But Emily was one of those students that greeted me, and they were very excited about course. They were ready to see what new adventures we had. This year, she worked very hard. She is also a band student, and we're meeting today because she had band LGBT today. But she has been a wonderful outgoing student in my 8th grade class, and I told her one thing that I hate about her is that I only got 1 year with her. So this is Emily Maddox Brummer.
And I also didn't tell you I was his middle school principal.
Veterans High School, course teacher, Mr. Jeremy Williams.
I know we have a bit of a small market here, but I want to take note of a couple of things. First of all, I want to say thank you to the other choral directors in the room. This is our true professional learning community. These other choral directors in the room. We couldn't do anything without each other, and I appreciate y'all so very much. Also, just a quick note of how the fine arts help each other. Raise your hand if you have been in band at one point in your life. How many of y'all got your start in middle school, either in choir or band? Y'all, it starts young, and we all help each other. What is good for one is good for all. So I thought that was worth pointing out. We have a small arm, and we'll go ahead and get to it. These students work incredibly hard. We're so very proud of them, and can't wait to see their successes in the future. First off, Mr. Matthew Babbitt. Come on over this way. Ms. Hannah Barber. Mr. Alan Brooks. Michael Carroll. Mr. Ethan Dorr. Ms. Isabella Green. Ms. Bonnie Hammer. Ms. Macy Haynes. Mr. Eli Hobbs. Ms. Libby Hobbs. Ms. Cassie Holmes. Mr. Wazza Jameson Neto. Mr. David Kingsley. Ms. Courtney Peake. Mr. Nate Richardson. Peyton Schwartz. Ms. Haley Tyak, who was just here for All-State Bands as well. Ms. Alex Torino. William Van Slyke. Kyla Walls. Ms. Emily Webb. Mr. Ben Webling. We appear to be missing one, but that happens. There's one more, Ms. Savannah Williams. I don't have certificate for. Here it is. Oh, back there. Thank you. And Ms. Savannah Williams, who is only the second student in Veterans history to be a 6-year All-State student. She made it every single year of eligibility. She's also going to Georgia Southern to become a music educator, and this morning she ran her very first choir class.
Okay, we have 3 grades. If you have some snacks, come on up to about right here if you're in the hill. There you go. Everybody else fill in behind you.
Next, from Warner Robins High School, chorus teacher, Mr. Joy Moon.
The good news is I'm not going to take nearly as long as Jeremy Williams. I am going to take just a moment because I am the old timer, I believe, among the high school directors in the county at this point, and just say a thank you once more to our board for the programs you've added in the county. We are different from sports in that we truly root for each other. Every school that came up, my kids had kids that they knew in that group, and we support each other. And I could not be more thrilled to see our numbers grow from 20 countywide or less up to where it is now in the 50s. I think it's just wonderful. It's amazing. So with that, I'm going to introduce my All-State Chorus members this year. We first had Mr. Mason Carter, his second year. Mr. Joseph Hildebrand, his first year. Joshua Jones, his third year. He is also our accompanist on occasion. Marla Montgomery, third-year student. Jamie Thigpen, also a third-year student. And then James Scott, he's going to receive 2 because he actually went through another audition for All-State Reading Choir. This is a group of 100 of the best sight reading singers from across the state. It will take about 100 students statewide. JB made it into both All-State Chorus and All-State Reading Choir.
Next we have Warner Robins High School. Warner Robins High School won several Baby Club awards at the Georgia State Senior Baby Club convention held in Savannah. To include first place award, Senior Lane LeBlanc won the top award in woodworking. With Lane and his Baby Club sponsor, Mrs. Crystal Martin, please, Paul, thank you, and we want to congratulate you on this. Would you tell us about your service?
Well, Lane is involved in many different things at Warner Robins High School. FFA, he's also did cross country this year. He's also very good in the classroom, as seen his Baby Club achievements. He achieved the state winner in woodworking at the Baby Club state level, and we're very proud of Lane at Warner Robins High School.
And now we have elementary school oratorical winners. At this time, we're going to have the pleasure of hearing the speeches of our 5th grade oratorical winners. Will Mr. Jan Dickerson please come forward?
It's my pleasure to introduce to you our work performance top 3. What happens is that they write a long speech, they deliver at their school, and then the school chooses, there's a panel of judges, they choose one of the individual orator who will be the representative of their school. They come to this room, and then they present their speeches. So we had 6 honorable mentions, we had 6 chosen for mention. The top 3 winners and 3 honorable mentions. Our third place winner is on a 5th grade field trip, so he is unfortunately he will not be able to join us today, but we do want to give him a mention. That was from Lakewood Elementary. His name is David Pham, and coach was Tracy Schiff, principal Tammy Goodman. Would like to introduce to you our 2nd place winner. You could come on up, make your way on up here, please. This is Joel Ballard. He's from Kings Chapel Elementary School. Coach is Kelly Ross, and Principal Will Ray, who is also here as well. We're going to go ahead and excuse us for just a moment. We're going to hook up the little lapel mic, and then he's going to get going. So we'll be right back with you.
No, it's not on. Okay, it is on.
I have a question. Have you ever considered what is the border or fine line between optimism and reality? In the good book, it states, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Optimism is the vehicle that drives hope. You always want to be optimistic about your expectations so that it can become a reality. Faith is a reality. Now that's a mystery. Reality is a substance or evidence that you can see, smell, taste, hear, and also feel. Now here's a mystery. Take Abraham himself for an example. Abraham was told that Sarah, his wife, would have a son at her old age. Sarah be 90 and Abraham be 100. If that was you, would you be optimistic that you would have a child, or would such a reality be unimaginable? Now here's a personal example. I believe every time I step up to home plate in baseball that I'll hit the ball, but sometimes the reality is, strike out! Strike out! Strike out! Right! Even though I didn't hit the ball, I kept on practicing and being optimistic, and so, and nevertheless, optimism and reality do have a fine line, but we can all agree that they work hand in hand. By the way, I'm very optimistic that I'll be right on the speech, and hopefully it will become a reality. Thank you.
Is the topic that's used by
optimist might say, when it's dark enough, you can see the stars. A realist might say, if you're feeling good, don't worry, it'll end soon. These are two very different things, but the question has been asked, is there a fine line between optimism and reality? I say, no. Optimism is when you always look on the bright side of dark situations. Helen Keller once said, optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. On the other hand, reality is when you stick to exactly what's going on around you. That's what shapes your feelings. In my life, I've experienced hardships and tragedy. Those experiences are reality. Even through these hardships, I can find optimism. My reality is that my dad is halfway around the world serving our country in Afghanistan. My example of optimism is telling myself he'll be home soon. Having my dad so far away makes me realize how much time other people spend with their dads. I'm glad that he's serving our country, and I love how funny he is when I get to talk to him. This is the optimistic side of things, but the reality is that it just plain stinks. William Hayward once said, the pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist hopes it will change. The realist adjusts the sails. Being an optimist means you always hope things will get better. But it doesn't mean a realist is negative. That's a pessimist, therefore we aren't focusing on them today. Being a realist doesn't mean you stand by watching life happen. Life is active. That's reality. Optimism is an important part of life. Like Helen Keller said, optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. In my life, I try to be optimistic, but active through my reality. So which one do you see yourself as? Do you simply hope the wind will change? Or are you willing to adjust the sails? Thank you.
Nice job, sweetheart. Congratulations.
Is that just two of you? Thank you all very much. Every time I see our students perform, it just makes me want to do whatever I can in our community, encouraging students, encouraging families. It's worth it. Everything we do for our students is worth it. Thank you all for what you do for these students, and thank you, students, for responding. Thank you very much. Next on the agenda will be to adopt our agenda as used.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to adopt our agenda as amended last evening.
Second. It has been motioned and second that we adopt our agenda as amended on last evening. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. I need an approval of the minutes, Ms. Hughes.
Yes, I also would like to make a motion to approve our minutes from our previous meeting.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the minutes from our previous meeting. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Next on the agenda is board member comments. Due to time, we won't have board member comments individually. However, I would like to say to each school and to everyone and to all who are part of this Houston County school system, you all make it easy for us to be board members, and all the appreciation that you have shown, and in other ways, we say thank you for showing us your appreciation, and we count it an honor to serve here on this board. Thank you all. Superintendent report.
Yes, I would like to start out by congratulating Perry High's drama department on winning several awards this month. The Perry High School, they won best play from among 10 states competing at the Southeastern Theater Conference in Knoxville, Tennessee. Their production also won Judge's Choice Award for excellence in puppetry and best ensemble, and the entire cast was chosen for the all-star cast. In addition, senior Trajan Clayton won first place at state at another competition, and he won the August Wilson monologue competition and will represent Georgia at the national contest in New York in the spring. So congratulations to Perry High Drama Department. Also, congratulations to our own Sharks. It was the 2019 state wheelchair champions. So proud of them, and that brings their record to 23 state championships since 2008. That's an awesome accomplishment. And we're looking forward to the opportunity to honor them in May, and maybe by then they'll have the 24th championship. So if you hadn't gotten a chance to get out and see them, it's really awesome. It's a great opportunity to see athletes in action. So congratulations to our Sharks. The Georgia Department of Education also recognized Advanced Placement Honor Schools for 2019 on February the 8th. And I'm very proud to report that all 5 of our high schools earned AP STEM School Awards. So that was all 5 of our high schools. We also had AP Access and Support Schools for Northside High School in Warner Robins, and they were 2 of only 64 schools in the state that were chosen for that award. Also for AP STEM Achievement School, Houston County High, Perry High, and Veterans High represent 3 of 128 schools in the state of Georgia. And then we had 4 schools that have AP Humanities Awards, and congratulations to Houston County High, Northside High, Veterans High, and Warner Robins High. Art by 4 of our students was chosen for the 2019 Capital Art Exhibit. Quail Run Elementary students Eden Cordsmeyer and Bauer Northerner, and Perry High students Abby Spears and Zoe Rasso were honored, and their art was displayed at the state capitol during the month of February. We also held our teacher recruitment fair on March the 2nd at Veterans High School, and we had 406 teacher candidates to attend, and our principals are busy now selecting teachers for the new school year. We want to say thank you to Veterans High and Dr. Barber for hosting this event, and also many thanks to Cindy Flesher and her department for all the preparation that they made to make this a successful event. We have special celebrations in the month of March, and today is Paraprofessionals Appreciation Day, and next Tuesday is the National Agricultural Day. The month of March also recognizes exceptional children, music in our schools, social workers, and youth art. Our social workers are present today, so if you're a social worker in our district, will you please stand and let us recognize you? Thank you to our social workers for all that you do for our students. Today we'd also like to celebrate a little early Dr. Rick Unruh's birthday. His birthday's on March the 23rd. We won't ask him how old he is, but happy early birthday to Dr. Unruh. Everyone's looking forward to spring break, March 25th through the 29th, and I hope that you have an opportunity to enjoy the break and have some time with your family, and that more importantly that our employees, our teachers especially, get some rest and relaxation and get ready to come back for that sprint to the end of the school year. It'll be graduation time before we know it, and we know that's always a busy time of the year. Finally, on closing, I'd like to say to our board how much we appreciate the job that you do. We're the envy of the state as far as Board of Educations go. We seldom go to a meeting that people don't tell us how lucky we are, and so we want to make sure that we tell you that and that you recognize that. And today I have some certificates that I would like to give you. And I'm just going to start on this end. Hope, thank you for what you do. Ms. Lori, thank you. Our board chair, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Our vice chair, Ms. Helen Hughes. And then, kind of got out of order there, Dr. Rick Unruh, Brian Upshaw, and finally Dave Crock. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next Next on the agenda is the department reports that we reviewed those last night, and board members are very familiar with the information there, so thank you for presenting those reports. Under new business, we have our financial report. Mr. Crockett.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the January 2019 financial reports as presented last evening.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the financial report for the month of January 2019. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Purchasing report. Hope.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to make a request that we approve the purchasing report as presented last night. The financial impact from the general fund will be $62,250, and from the IDEA grant funds will be $59,111.37.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the purchasing reports in the dollar amounts that were given to us. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Approval of the award RFP 19036 Internet Access. Ms. Johnson.
Yes, sir. I'd like to make a motion to approve the request to award RFP 19036 Internet Access. That will be awarded to Cox Communications, and the financial impact will be $9,360.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the award of RFP 19036 Internet Access to Cox Communication. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Flint Underground right-of-way easement.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the Flint Underground right-of-way easement for permanent power for the new Warner Robins High School competition gym.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the Flint Underground right-of-way easement, for Warner Robins High School new competition gym. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Amendment to number 10 for agreements between owner and construction manager. Mr. Upshaw.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented amendment number 10, which is an agreement between the owner, House and County Board of Education, and CM Parish Construction for the HVAC Phase 3 replacements. The GMP is $1,763,000 with a Georgia Department of Education reimbursement of $1,257,000.
Second.
The project is paid out of 2017 East Bluffs.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve amendment number 10 to the to agreement between owner and construction manager for the HVAC of Phase 3 replacement. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Amendment number 11. Ms. Hughes?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve amendment number 11 to the agreement between the owner and construction manager for construction of the food processing lab at the Old Perry Bus Facility location with a financial impact of $798,281 paid out of the 2017 to 2022 SPLOST.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve amendment number 11 to the agreement between the owner and construction manager for construction of the food processing lab, which will be located in the Old Perry bus shop in the dollar amounts as given. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Personnel report. Mr. Morrow.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a recommendation that we approve the personnel reports as presented last night.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the personnel report for the month of March of 2019 as presented on last evening. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. And now we're going to need a motion on the individual recommendations personnel report. Brian.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendations, Dr. Walter Stevens for the position of Director of School Operations.
Second. It has been motioned and second that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Dr. Walter Stevens for the position of Director of School Operations. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Number 2, Mr. Crockett.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the superintendent's recommendation Dr. Cheryl Thomas for the position of Director of School Operations.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Dr. Cheryl Thomas for the position of Director of School Operations. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. The next item is number three, Ms. Hughes.
Yes, okay. I also would like to make a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation for Mrs. Allison Keenan for the position of principal at Bonaire Middle School.
Second.
It's been motioned and second that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Mrs. Allison Keenan for the position of principal at Bonaire Middle School. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. And lastly, the number 4, Rick.
Yes, sir. I'd like to make a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation for Ms. Tiana Anderson for the position of Assistant Principal for Discipline at Purdue Primary and Purdue Elementary Schools.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Ms. Tina Anderson for the position of Assistant Principal for Discipline at Purdue Primary and Purdue Elementary Schools. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. And next on the agenda will be job description revision. Ms. Johnson.
Yes, sir. I'd like to make a motion to approve the job description revision for educational coach as presented last evening.
Second.
It's been motioned and second that we approve the job description revision as presented on last evening for the educational coach. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. A new job description, system intervention specialist. Mr. Crockett.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve as presented the new job description for system intervention specialists.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the new job description for system intervention specialist. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. The next one will be for job description revision. Brian.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented the job description revision for Executive Director.
Second.
It's been motioned and second that we approve the job description revision for the Executive Director. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. The agreement for the Georgia Department of Education in the Houston County Crossroads Center. Mr. Unruh.
Yes, sir. I'd like to make a motion that we authorize Dr. Scott to sign an MOA with the Georgia Department of Education in reference to Houston County Crossroads Center.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the agreement for an MOA with the Georgia Department of Education in the Houston County Crossroads Center. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Summer school, Hope.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a recommendation that we approve the summer school classes that we have this summer, which will be held at Warner Robins Middle and Warner Robins High School, and the cost will be $150 per student for in-county students and $400 for out-of-county students.
Second.
It's been motioned and second that we approve the summer school for Warner Robins High for high schoolers and Warner Robins Middle School for middle school students. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Revised policy CGD. Ms. Hughes.
Yes, I move that we approve the revision of policy GCD as presented.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the revision of policy CGD as presented. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. The two items that were added, one is authorization to close the sale of real estate for Warner Robins Bus Barn. Hoke.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. I move that the resolution and closing documents presented to this board authorizing the sale of real estate owned by the Houston County School District located at 117 South 3rd Street, 110 4th Street in Warner Robins Houston County, Georgia, be executed with net proceeds payable to the Houston County School District in the amount of $350,000.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve authorization to close the sale of the real estate for Warner Robins old bus barn. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. And lastly is the authorization to settle the Perry primary demolition contract default. I'm sorry, Lori.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I move that the superintendent, Dr. Mark Scott, is authorized to execute any and all documents necessary to settle Perry Primary Demolition Contractor default with Philadelphia Indemnity Insurance Company as surety for the amount of $16,097.25, consistent with the proposed settlement agreement presented at this meeting.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the authorization for Dr. Scott to execute documents to settle the Perry primary demolition contract default in the amount that was presented. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Those are all the items we have on the agenda. Our person to address the board came last night, so those are all the items we have. Any other comment? With that in mind, I need a motion to adjourn.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we adjourn. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much.